What's up guys, back here at TruLite Gas Products, and today we're talking about measuring for gas logs. So a lot of times people come in here and they want to buy gas logs, but they don't know what size that they're looking for. So we help them out here in this video that we're about to do and how to measure. So you're going to need a measuring tape like this and a sheet of paper if you can to mark down these measurements that I'm going to tell for you to get the perfect gas log for your fireplace. So you know you can get gas logs because you probably watched our previous video on if you can. So now we're going to talk about how we're measuring for it. So I'm going to bend down a little bit with my old man knees, and we're going to talk about this firebox for a second. In here we already have a gas log set, and it's an 18-inch gas log setup that we have in here. The measurements that we used and that most manufacturers are going to ask for at all times are going to be four main measurements. I'm going to tell them to you real fast. The first measurement that we're going to see, if you want to come in here, actually I can show you real fast, is going to be our front width opening. And I want to show you right here, you want to measure right here where this brick is starting at right there. That's your width of your opening right there. And we're going to measure from end like this over to this end over here. So if you can see right there, I'm measuring right at around 33 to 32 inches on the front width. So we call that measurement the front width measurement, right? And so now I want to know what my back wall width is. And basically you're going to take this and you're going to go to that back wall all the way to the back. Right here we have a media display here, but you're going to go all the way to that back wall and you'll measure that width. And I believe on this one we already pre-measured at 20 inches as the back width, right? So now we're going to measure from front to back. And this is really important, guys. Front to back, we're looking for the depth. So the depth of this fireplace from the front of the unit to the back, right where that ledge is. A lot of these guys will kind of go right here. A lot of these guys will have a little edge that has a lip on it. You want to measure behind that lip for the depth on that one to the very back of that fireplace. Another thing you want to keep in mind now that we're looking here and I'm down here, a lot of times you'll have little pieces like this, or you'll have a lintel bar up there that goes further back. And so it's a solid piece where you wouldn't want a fire to hit that. So you're measuring the depth really from behind that so that you can get a true depth of what you're measuring for, because this thing is gonna need to draft upwards and the flame can't spill into your living room. It's got to go under the canopy. So depth is really, really important, and you wanna make sure you're measuring at that right depth. So again, to kind of reiterate, the front of your unit, where the front of the lip is right there, is where you're measuring from the front to the very back wall. And you're also taking into account what's underneath here. Do you have a hood like this? Do you have a lintel bar that goes further back? If so, you want to measure from the end of that back, all right? So again, those are three main measurements. The last measurement, and I'm going to move a little bit here just so I can show Ashley, and I'm going to point to it with here. You'll generally have a gas line that comes into the firebox, and we want to know how far that comes out so that we can know exactly where your log set's going to be centered, and if it can have things like a remote or an extension valve like you see right here. For kicks, an extra measurement that we do a lot of too as well is my height. So the height of this opening is going to be very important. And the reason why we call that an important, kind of measurement, it's kind of twofold. If you look here at this one burning, when you have a higher kind of look to go with that, a lot of your fireplaces, or not fireplaces, but gas logs that have a taller stack are going to go better in taller fireplaces like what you see here, or maybe right over here to this corner over there. You'll see a taller firebox, so we'll put taller log sets in those type of fireboxes. So that measurement really, really does help choose the right size for you. So again, and in kind of a recap here, your four main measurements: front opening width, back wall width, your front to back depth, and then the inches coming into the firebox for your gas line that's already existing in there. Now, one last thing. A lot of customers do come in and they already have what we call a log lighter built into their fireplace. And a log lighter is super simple. It burns wood. It lights the wood up, or it preheats for the wood burners that want to burn wood. So if you have a log lighter, when you get these gas logs, that will be taken out, and we'll put in a burner system that's made by the manufacturer that we sell. So again, in order to get gas logs, you want to get your proper measurement so that you get the right size logs for your fireplace. For more info, keep following us on YouTube. Give us a call in store, 713-682-2053 if you have questions. or better yet, come visit us, 1512 West 34th. We want to see you. Get down here and get your gas log set from Tru-Lite.